Welcome everyone to 284 News. My name is Javon Wilson.
I'm Kamal Haynes.
And I'm Ron Grant.
And we are so thrilled and happy to be coming to you live out of the beautiful British Virgin Islands. The content continues via our website, 284media.com.
In today's news, a major cocaine drug bust on the eastern end of Tortola, and police yet to reveal details on quantity seized and persons arrested.
Mr. Jahleel Cameron joins us live to discuss upcoming fundraiser.
And the Anegada Ferry Dock to become an international port of entry.
Lions District Governor Claudio Buncamper concludes a successful audit of the Lions Club of Tortola, and the ministry is to implement stricter anti-bullying measures across all schools within the British Virgin Islands following reports of increase in bullying. We have all the details of this and so much more after a word from our sponsors. You're watching 284 News. Welcome everybody. It's Wednesday, October 20th, 2021. I'm Ron Grant and we are coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. It is indeed a wet Wednesday outside, but we are so honored to be bringing you the latest in local, regional, and international news. Of course, topping off our headlines today, I am joined by the one and only Mr. Jahleel Cameron. He is discussing the upcoming fundraiser. Jahleel, welcome to 284 News. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me as always.
Absolutely. Now, you have been long supporting the needs of the community through your Jahleel Cameron Foundation and a number of philanthropic endeavors. Of course, another event is going to be coming up within the month of October. Tell us about it.
Okay, so we've had a series of yard sales, flea markets, you can call them.
Yes.
We've been raising funds off of that in order to buy vouchers from Bobby's and One Mat in order to give people that are struggling to make ends meet to feed their family during COVID times. So we'll be having a sale at my school, Cedar International, October 30th. We'll be out there as early from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. or maybe even later, depending on how fast we get stuff up. But our goal is really to get rid of everything, because we've been having a little trouble storing these stuff.
Of course.
But people have been people before were giving us household items, clothes, in order for us to sell them. So I don't want these things to just stay there and people wonder what happened with their stuff. And I just want to make sure that we get rid of them, sell them for reasonable prices, get good revenue, and we can buy those vouchers for people that are struggling to make ends meet. Department of Social Development will be helping us with that. So yeah,
beautiful.
I just want to encourage people to please come out to that.
So once again, the flea market is going to be held on October 30th at the Cedar International School campus in Kingston. Of course, this is not the first of the events that Mr. Cameron and his foundation has held. However, Jahleel, I must ask you, how has the community support been, not only in this present case, but in all the endeavors that you've embarked upon so far?
It's always great, always great. It never surprises me, because I feel like the BVI, we have such a philanthropic
yes.
I guess spirit about us. So yeah, I never have trouble, This is really the People's Foundation, because all I really do is, try to take, what people, like me selling water. That's just me going, buying a case of water, selling it for $1 each. That's a huge profit off of that. I'm taking money out of people's hands and trying to do something better with it than they might have done with it in the first place. And I always get great support. So this is really the People's Foundation. And
I
we
have
always,
to ask you, when you say taking the money out of people's hand, but you're also putting it into the homes and hands of well-needed persons. Of course, the Social Development Department is one of your key stakeholders in this initiative. They assist you in really identifying the families who may be in need of those vouchers. Am I correct?
Yes, you are very correct. They tell us about, who really needs the resources, and we give them the vouchers. They put together the packages based off of what they believe people need, and they always do a great job with that. So thank you to the team at Social Development.
Beautiful. Jahleel, who are some of the contributors and stakeholders that over the years and even in this recent initiative have assisted you? I know you might have a plethora of people, a number of people that have assisted you, but can you tell us a little bit about who are some of your major contributors?
You putting me on the spot. Of course, CCT and 284 always, helps us. I have my great team, One Mart. They never hesitate to, throw in a couple more vouchers in order to help the community. Lord, you put me on the spot, but I'm sure I'm missing a lot. A family friend of ours, Miss Lynette, she always helps us with, the tables and the tents. Cade from this is the store on Main Street.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with who you're speaking about. Yeah.
Yes, he gives us the rack because they have donated a lot of clothes to us to sell. So that's just for this initiative. Of course, I can't. It's a lot of people.
I appreciate that, and I totally understand. Before we go, I have to ask you, for persons who might be watching and are interested in partnering with the Jahleel Cameron Foundation, which you so eloquently put it, the People's Foundation. I absolutely love that. How can they get in contact with your foundation if they wanted to contribute or assist in any particular way?
Okay, so I'll give two numbers: 441-2929. That is my adopted grandmother's number. Miss Astrid, who's instrumental in putting this sale together. And then my grandmother's number is 543-7326. I'll say that again, 543-7326. And then if you can't get in any of those numbers, my number is 340-6728. If you would like to come out and help on that day, call any of those numbers. We'll get a short for you, and make sure you have a great experience selling with us. If you would like to, we're really not taking any donations right now of stuff to sell because we're trying to get rid of everything.
Understood.
But if you're trying to, whether you're trying to donate maybe a box of hand sanitizer, masks, making sure we keep up with those guidelines during that day, please contact us about that. So.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored as always to speak with the one and only Jahleel Cameron, our one of our youngest philanthropists here in the British Virgin Islands. Make sure to support him and the Jahleel Cameron Foundation on October 30th. They're going to be at the Cedar School International Campus in Kingston at about 6 a.m. Starting. It's a flea market, and of course the proceeds benefit families within our community. They're going to be given vouchers, food vouchers that could assist them as we continue to traverse through these very difficult times. Jahleel, thank you so much for stopping by on the newscast as always.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and thank you for giving me this platform to get the word out.
You're most welcome. Viewers, we're going to be back after a quick commercial break. You're watching 284 News.
You value traditions. You value music. You value education, family.
I love you.
Service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
The wait is over. CCTV Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCTV Fiber network. CCTV Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Well, welcome back, viewers. I'm Kamal Haynes, and we start with news. Police have confirmed another major cocaine drug bust in the territory, which occurred sometime on the morning of Tuesday, October 19th. But this was confirmed in a media statement from the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force today, Wednesday, October 20th, where the police did not specify the quantity seized, nor did they disclose how many persons are in custody following the drug bust. They say such information cannot be revealed at this time due to investigations being in preliminary stages. What the statement read, and I quote, "An operation conducted yesterday morning by officers of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force on the eastern end of Tortola has resulted in the seizure of a significant quantity of cocaine. Investigations are active and ongoing, with several persons being interviewed in relation to the seizure. Therefore, no other information can be released at this time." End quote. Well, 284 News will keep you, the viewers, updated on this matter as more information is revealed on this developing story. Ron, obviously this news is about the third major drug bust we would have had in the territory this year, if memory serves me right. And it shows that the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force is actively working to get, as much drugs as possible off the streets of the territory.
This is definitely one of another bigger seizures than we've seen within the past, and I do agree with you. We commend them on their initial task. In addition to that, the partnership between the U.S. Customs and Patrol as well as the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, and we wish them the best in their endeavors. Continuing on, viewers, on the local scene in the British Virgin Islands, the Lions Club of Tortola has been commended for its community service initiatives, being of course undertaken within the British Virgin Islands, and the club's tremendous efforts to drive its membership growth. Now, the commendation came from the Lions District Governor of the Sub-District 60B, Lion Claudio Buncamper, Progressive Melvin Jones, a fellow, as he concluded an evaluation of the club's activities during a recent visit to the territory from October 15th to the 17th, 2021, where he also met with the Valley Sound Lions Club. Now, the meetings were part of his audit of all clubs within the District 60B, which is comprised of the islands in the English-speaking Caribbean region, spanning from Cayman Islands and Jamaica in the northeast to Barbados and Grenada, of course, in the southeast. District Governor Lion Buncamper was pleased with the remarkable growth and revival of the Lions Club of Tortola, and he especially was pleased with the 2021-2022 Board of Directors, comprised primarily of the new and young Lions, willing to help the sister islands and, of course, steer service projects initiatives within the territory. He said, and I quote, "The world is changing and our Lions clubs must change how we operate in order to adopt, drive membership, and serve our communities. Today's members are not what they used to be 40 and 50 years ago. They are younger professionals who lead a very busy life but still want to be involved in serving their communities, and our clubs must find innovative ways to attract, train, and keep quality members engaged." Now, the recommendation came as he facilitated an open session with the Lions Club of Tortola, where he provided suggestions on membership growth, leadership, training, tips for retention, marketing, strengthening, and relationship between the Leo and Lions Club, and of course supporting the Lions Club International Foundation. During his visit, District Governor Buncamper, accompanied by a delegation of Lions led by Club President Mr. Kevin Foy, paid courtesy calls to the Governor John J. Ranking, His Excellency, and Deputy Premier of the Virgin Islands, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, both of whom are Lion members, or Lions as we call them. Among other topics discussed with Governor Ranking, the District Governor shared the impact of COVID-19 on the club's activities throughout the district and creative ways that the club adjusted, particularly with the meetings, service activities, membership events, and so much more. Governor Ranking, an honorary member of the Lions Club of Tortola, applauded the work of the club thus far and really recalled the success of the Operation Protect Each Other vaccination drive-through initiative, which received the support of the Lions and other nonprofit organizations. Now, viewers, the delegation also spoke about upcoming projects planned for the Christmas season, of course, which includes the annual Christmas tree lighting and concert, Christmas food drive, and Christmas toy drive, and Christmas hampers for the elderly and shut-in. District Governor Buncamper, who also attended the club's Taste and Serve BVI fundraising event, which raised over $20,000 that was held at the governor's house. The Lions Club of Tortola meets on the second Tuesday of every month and on the third floor of the Cutlass building in the BVI Finance conference room. For more information about the club, the public is of course invited to visit the Facebook page and contact the membership chair, Lions Abina Baptiste Philip. That's via email at tortolalions@gmail.com. Once again, that's tortolalions@gmail.com. Kamal, another nonprofit organization in the territory, making strides, of course, really covering not only locally but regionally. We see where they're assisting many persons, and we want to commend the Lions Club of Tortola under leadership of Mr. Kevin Foy for doing a remarkable job once again.
Indeed. Our viewers, well, up next, the Anegada Ferry Dock to become an international port of entry and a Royal Navy ship to conduct disaster preparedness exercise. We hear these stories and more after a word from our sponsors.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctvvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Well, thank you for sticking with us, viewers. Well, the Anegada Ferry Dock is set to be established as an international port of entry in the British Virgin Islands in the coming days for international ferries and other marine vessels. But this is according to Premier Andrew Foy, who is also the minister responsible for tourism, who made that statement during a recent tourism press conference. Well, he said that plans to establish Anegada's dock for international arrivals have been on the way for some time and should have been finished by the end of last week. Take a listen.
The customs under the law can make any port that's not an international port to be one for 40 days. And then after that, which will be done through the Commissioner of Customs and the Minister of Finance can do that without going to the House. But beyond that, to make it a permanent international port of entry, there's some work that has to do to go to Cabinet and then be laid on the House of Assembly. So we're going to work on that for the longer term. Now the Commissioner of Customs and the Ministry of Finance, along with the Premier's office already, and other entities, have weekly meetings on this, and that paperwork has already been done, and it should be pronounced as an international port as early as sometime next week, so that all international travel can come into the port. So that announcement should be sometime early next week.
Great.
Or before next week is out, I'll put it that way.
Our viewers' efforts to confirm whether the ferry dock was approved to be announced in terms of the timeline announced by Premier was unsuccessful up until the airing of this news update. In the meantime, Director of Tourism Clive McCoy revealed that the BVI Tourist Board has major plans to attract more mega yachts to the BVI shores through a number of marketing initiatives. Well, he said this will include 2 shows, with one to be held in Antigua and the other in the United States Virgin Islands.
As you know, we have been receiving mega yachts since earlier in the year, and that continues to happen through protocols that have been established. What we at the BVI Tourist Board are planning to do, we're planning to do 2 shows that are coming up, one in Antigua and one in the USVI, that will allow us to showcase the destination as a prominent destination for mega yachts to come back to the British Virgin Islands. So from the marketing side, we have some things planned for that. We continue to look at the protocols that will allow them to come in, to tweak them as best as possible to ensure that they come back, because as we all know, when you see November, December, New Year's Eve come around, those mega yachts love coming back here to the BVI, and I love seeing them out there in the harbor. So we are working diligently to market the destination and tweak the protocols as such to ensure that they can come in safely.
Well, viewers, that was the Director of Tourism, Clive McCoy. Ron, here again, we see the BVI Tourist Board doing what is necessary to help further promote the territory, obviously, in terms of attracting mega yachts on this particular occasion by hosting these 2 shows in Antigua and the United States Virgin Islands. Obviously, we know Antigua is a port, a traveling port to the BVI. Yes. Obviously, United States Virgin Islands is another one. And to have such a, obviously an event coming up, what it does is it puts us on the map and just remind persons, we are still around, we're still here, we're still as beautiful as ever. Come, spend your money, come and dock and enjoy the British Virgin Islands.
Absolutely, and that we encourage you to do. Continuing on, the Royal Navy patrol ship HMS Medway will, of course, visit Tortola from October 22nd as a part of the United Kingdom's Caribbean Task Group's mission to prepare for and respond to disasters within the region. While in port, the crew will provide a capability demonstration and meet with officials from the Department of Disaster Management and other key agencies to, of course, determine how they can best work together and support the territory in wake of a hurricane or other natural disaster. Now, the task group, viewers, also consists of the support ship Royal Fleet Auxiliary Wave Knight and its Woodcat HMA-2 helicopter, along with the crisis response troop drawn from 24 Commando Royal Engineers. The group carries specialist equipment and emergency supplies for use within the immediate aftermath of a disaster. His Excellency the Governor, Mr. John M. Ranking, said, and I quote, "The team aboard HMS Medway are always visiting to VI to meet and keep up with key partners and to ensure that they respond in the most effective way to meet the territory's greatest needs following a disaster." Governor Ranking also added, and I quote, "The safety and security of the people of the Virgin Islands is my top priority, and I am pleased that we are able to have this exercise." Now, some of the task group's capabilities will be on show during the visit. More details, of course, will be released within the coming days. The task group works with the 6 UK overseas territories within the region and with other regional partners to prepare for and respond to national disasters. This includes, of course, planning and training to develop capacity and disaster relief capabilities during the peak hurricane season. Commander of the task group, Brian Trim, said, and I quote, "We are really looking forward to our visit. While we have worked in partnership with the Montserrat and, of course, the Turks and Caicos Islands over the last few months, this will be our first chance this year to work with the VI. As the people of the VI know very well, working together is the key to success after a hurricane. I am sure we can learn a great deal through our cooperation during this visit." Now, the Medway is a river-class offshore patrol vessel launched within 2017, and it is permanently deployed to the Caribbean to support disaster relief and conduct counter-trafficking operations. Its flight deck can operate medium-sized helicopters or embark up to 8 shipping containers. Kamal, we have seen particularly where in the last few weeks, Governor of the Virgin Islands, His Excellency John Ranking, has insisted that disaster preparedness and disaster management should continue to be under his portfolio. And I think locally, as a cabinet, as a government, persons might differ, but we see essentially where the support of the United Kingdom is essential. This is a prime example. Of course, we are segueing out of our hurricane season. However, their support and their preparedness, their preparation, where they can teach and implement strategies for our local disaster management team, I think is of paramount importance.
And as you touched on it, it's obviously critical to have the support and the backing from the United Kingdom government when it comes to initiatives such as this. Obviously, you did say we are segueing to the end of the hurricane season, but to me, I believe we still somewhat in the peak of it. And today, obviously, we are experiencing some tons of tropical wave affecting the territory. We can see how such consistent bad weather could significantly affect the territory, and by having such an initiative, what it does is it helps to put us in the best possible position in the event of worst case scenario. And we do welcome these initiatives, and I know persons on an annual basis when these sort of initiatives happen, you will see a helicopter flying through across the territory from time to time, and that is all part of the setting up certain drills to ensure that worst case scenario they already have that in mind, and persons here who are also participating in the respective initiative would be able then to correspond accordingly and be able to help as much as possible in those situations. So we do welcome such initiative, and obviously, as you said, by having Governor Rankin still controlling to a lesser extent, that particular portfolio, it helps to bring those initiatives to the territory through the United Kingdom government.
But I want to add something within the concept and the real kaleidoscope of what we're trying to accomplish. At the end of the day, and we've realized this over and over as residents, visitors, and friends, the government of the Virgin Islands single-handedly cannot accomplish too much on their own. They're overextended. They have a lot going on. They have a lot of responsibilities. So it's very interesting to me that when you look at this, not only this particular story, but the conversation of having disaster management under the Premier, I think is barbaric, and I think it's ignorant to think that as a government we can accomplish everything on our own. Here we have a substantial amount of support from the United Kingdom, and I want us to take back a little bit from Hurricanes Irma and Maria. A lot of persons might have felt like we didn't have the control, but in the final analysis, without that UK assistance, without that UK presence, we could have stood to be in a worse off position in the aftermath of Hurricanes Irma when it came to looting, crime, and all that type of stuff. So I want our leaders to understand fully, and to be honest with you, in the final analysis, pick sense utter nonsense. You can't be in charge of everything, and at the end of the day, you can't have the helm of everything. Here you have an organization ready and poised to help you in disaster preparedness, disaster management. If and when any disaster is to strike and you want that portfolio to be under you, it doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, well, to your point, in terms of that particular analysis you would have just given, I can't directly comment on, exactly how the authority will be split up under the Premier. I'm sure the governor will still have some say regarding having the power to lure in, incentives from the United Kingdom. But what I will say on that, anytime a country is affected by a disaster, whether it be an earthquake, a hurricane, tornado, whatever the case is, that particular country heavily rely on outsiders to basically rebuild and regroup and go forward, basically because at that particular point of a disaster, you're basically crippled. And
that's my point exactly. You can't ask for assistance, but then ask for the portfolio to be moved from the governor. That doesn't make any sense. You either want help or you don't want help. So in retrospect, are we really in need of their assistance when the final analysis comes and we have an emergency, or is it just a power struggle because it's a title holder? We can't get to that point because when we do need their assistance in the final analysis, the UK could easily say, well, that portfolio is not under the governor anymore, so we're not responsible, but we still require their assistance. We have to balance, I think, lives and livelihood, as we've always said.
Indeed, I do believe it is a conversation that needs to be had. Well, viewers, up next, we have a new card machine at the East End Library. We get to this story when 284 News returns.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Viewers, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Kamal, as we all know, Anti-Bullying Day and Week is being presently observed, and the narrative, viewers, of anti-bullying has continued to evolve, and we see where many persons within the community, of course, along with the Honorable Minister for Education and health officials, have been encouraging persons to be kinder, the importance of one kind word. Now, in case you missed the interview I conducted with Miss Bisa Smith and Mr. Jacob Edwards, who are two sitting guidance counselors, both within the primary and secondary school, it is important that you view that interview just to get an idea of the importance and the impact of bullying. Of course, this month has been jam-packed with a number of causes, but we do want to make sure that our students are being kept within the safest of environments. And Kamal, as you know, anti-bullying affects not only students, but adults as well in corporate facilities and in other areas. So we do want to support and encourage the community. Yesterday we saw where persons came out in their odd socks and celebrated and really observed the initiative, and we continue to employ the community to support this cause.
Indeed, and we also see the Ministry of Education taking some initiatives also to help decrease the prospect of bullying in schools. Just obviously because of the lack of time presently, we will get to that story tomorrow. But I was one of the persons I had on my mixed match socks as well yesterday. But viewers, that's all we have for today. I'm Kamal Haynes.
And I'm Ron Grant. It is always a pleasure. Do have a beautiful rest of the evening. And of course, we will see you tomorrow. We are 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news, right here in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.